thinking game. You've got to think about it.
Bit like potatoes.
I always think this time of year when you've got reams and reams of empty boxes, it's sort of it's all the sort of calm before the storm, isn't it?
Ultimate Lego. Ultimate Lego.
Have you ever stacked a wall of potatoes?
No.
Very, very satisfying. Building a potato wall. You stand back. It's a bit sort of like a fundamental. But we like digging holes on beaches, but we also like stacking, building walls.
There's some potato boxes. Shall we pretend we're a truck?
It's all right.
I did. Well, I just embarrassed myself because a lovely chap came here and said, "Are you Max?" I thought he said. And he said he actually meant Mac, but because I just done half an hour of the bike. I thought, so he wants me to fix your pump house. Oh no, he's come to fix the pump house.
Yes, a loss adjuster for a pump
right.
house fire.
Oh, I can do that. We tore upstairs. Just shape and size of the farm.
This is Northfield Farm. It's the main potato hub of Waldersey Farms.
Of the UK. Sorry.
So we are doing, the whole farm is circa 20,000 acres. Wow. That's built up over the last 40 years. And we are growing, of that, the key part, of course, the potato part, is around 1,000 acres. Okay. So 450 hectares, depending on the year.
And is the business really centred on potatoes? Does everything, like how some farms, everything's based around a shoot. But with this farm, that 20,000 acres, everything is central. Everything's working around the potatoes, is it?
Spuds, wheat and spuds.
Okay.
Often people do ask that. So what's the hedgehog concept? And I think the hedgehog concept for us is wheat and potatoes. Okay. So we want to maximise our first wheat and our potatoes. Okay. Growing 1,000 acres potatoes. Let's go into hectares and talk metric. So we're between 400 and 450 hectares of potatoes.
Okay.
And we are virtually all for the bagging market. Okay. Which actually for me is new. Okay. So I haven't grown for the bagging market before for me joining Waldersey.
And just for those that don't understand, the bagging market, how's that different?
Yeah, the bagging market. So it's for the chip shop market basically. Okay. So we'll take in bulk product, store in box or in bulk, but then when we process the potatoes out of store, we're processing them into 25 kilo bags, which will be palletised, sent off to middlemen, marketeers, who will then have rounds on to to chip shops. It's quite a competitive market, is there? Because maybe there isn't that differentiation, so you could. Your price is big. Price is very
how do you stand out in the commodity sector?
But having said that, if your price quality is still key, in that if you get down to those chip shop owners who know their chips, then they will want a specific product to put in their chippers, to put in their fryers. Yeah. Okay, so you're optimistic. You're future-proofing the business. You're positive. Yeah, always optimistic. You got to be, haven't you?
Especially in the spud game.
Always optimistic. And well, I think you've summarised it. Always optimistic and future-proofing the business. Doing nothing, standing still, not really an option.
Crikey! I didn't see how deep back does that go.
Do that 12 boxes total. What's in that? That's for 7 times 7 is 49.
Okay.
It's a 1,000 box store, so it's about 20 rows.
Okay.
It's a thinking game. You got to think about it.
Bit like potatoes.
I always think this time of year when you've got reams and reams of empty boxes, it's sort of, you know, it's all the sort of calm before the storm, isn't it?
Yeah. Ultimate Lego.
Ultimate Lego. So Groundswell, I like Groundswell. It's the first time to go, and I'm glad I went. And there's a lot of good there. And actually, the potatoes under straw thing was about the only application of potatoes there. Not the only application, because soil health is integral to it all. But that's the first time I've seen the potatoes under straw look like potatoes. Yep. Rows, beds, lines, which had moved on a lot from when I first saw it trialled.
So that was a collaboration between Greens and Soham and Burgess. So the bit I picked up was that it works very well, but you get 50% of the yield.
Yeah.
But you can't expect.
Which I thought was optimistic.
But you can't expect there to be a success from the get-go.
100%.
It's all about
It'll
being
take
curious
time.
and trying.
Yes.
What's your take on the climate? So are you, in your tenure, are you seeing this fundamental change of water, irrigation, and having to evolve yourself as a farmer and as a group of farms? You're having to be very innovative on water as well, are you?
Yes. Water. So I've done 15 years in the industry, and then you try and remember what the different years were like, and you can't remember what the flipping last one was like. But one thing's for sure, since I've been intensively in potatoes for the last, this is my 7th, we've had 3, which were the 18s, 22s, and now 25. So that's 3 out of 7, which is nearly 50%.
Wow.
Which have been severe water shortages. We've irrigated every year.
Yeah.
So water is sort of a normal year requires a normal level of water, but that means 3 out of those 7 years. So if we're getting towards 50% of years requires a lot of water, that feels like it's a move in one direction, doesn't it? Now again, I should back that up with some replicated data that proves my point from somewhere, but
your gut feel is okay.
Yeah, it's who shouts loudest may get the water first. So we obviously want it for crop production, food production. But in Norfolk, Cambridgeshire, where we farm, there's a lot of people. There's some big urban populations that require a lot of water.
Okay, so you're confident with this very dry year that you've got enough water to see you through?
We do, yes. We have good water reserves to see us through in a dry year. The challenge at times is getting the water. Sometimes we have the right volume, but we don't have it in the right place. So then it's getting it to the right place. Wow. So that we are in that unique fenland landscape that is a network of ditches. Now, of course, if you drop water in at the top of that network, it doesn't necessarily mean you can get it at the bottom of the network, even if you've got the reservoir capacity or the license capacity to do it. So there's a sort of there's a practical element about trying to get it to the right place. And the other one, of course, is we know the fens famously aren't flat. So you get to a situation where you've got what you think is a flat field, and then you've got an undulation or a low or a high. The high's too dry, the low's too wet.
Good grief.
And spuds, potatoes don't like a double shock.
No. What's the crop here?
So we are in a crop of Marquise variety, very popular with the end market of the bagging trade. Makes a very good chip. And actually in the Smith household we are universally agreed that it also makes a very good baked potato. Actually, I would probably describe this one as a relatively bodied black soil. One of the tricks out here, particularly with Marquise, which likes to grow and grow, is to get the nitrogen management right. So we can hopefully make the most of our fertile soils.
And you did say in the truck, when do you think you're going to harvest here?
So this was actually one of the later planted crops. So we didn't plant this, we were last here, we were about 25th of April. So I would see this as a second half of October harvesting crop.
Okay.
Deliberately so. So this is very low lying on the organic fence, so very low lying. We would be possibly even under sea level.
Yeah.
So we don't plant here till later. We don't want to be in here till second half of April because of the frost risk. So it'll be second half of April, emerging end of May. And so what are we now? Middle of July. He's been emerged for 8-9 weeks.
Okay. Hello, sir.
Oh, you all right?
Very well. I'm Max.
Andrew,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you. Yes, I'm at the minute pack house manager, and I've got ongoing job will be potatoes manager. We'll be looking after the stores, and hopefully in the future with Jack help I can be more involved in the land planting and stuff
Okay,
like
well.
that. That's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in the potatoes. I'm big potatoes.
Oh, yeah, okay. But it's a big operation. So
Yes.
your role is a big role as it is.
Yes.
Running all the
Yes,
podcasts.
yes, I look after the graders also. So we usually have got 3 to 4 graders
Okay.
on the go when we're lifting potatoes. So all maintaining little repairs and checking the quality, which is bruising. So that's what I'm doing.
And do you find your role is getting easier because the amount of tech that's coming in? You've got the
No,
amazing
no.
optimal grader. That must make it so much
really,
easier.
not really easy because we increased the acres and there's always some more to do.
So you've got more volume. So there's just
Yes,
okay.
I would like to keep expanding. I love that.
Okay.
I love potatoes. So.
Where are we now, sir?
Putney Hill Farm, just something else because of Brick Willow, one of our slightly more outline blocks, but a lovely ring fence block. Again, organic soils,
Okay.
Storage on site, reservoirs on site, so good infrastructure, which is great. Couple of fields of potatoes actually either side of the reservoir. Last got one planted. More of a mixed crop. This, for one reason or another, has got some heavier bits in it, where the crop struggled a bit, but towards the normal. So, good to see.
So again, on the basis it's been a really tricky year, are you pleased with the way, to me, to be uninitiated, that crop was fantastic.
Yes, very pleased with how it's turned out.
Yeah. And to wrap up, how can we attract more people to become members of CUPGRA, do you think?
We as CUPGRA have got to communicate why people should become members. So there is a big communication piece from the CUPGRA side, but there's as to what benefits can be. Somebody once did describe it to me, and I think they're absolutely right, that it's priming the flywheel of potatoes. So for our subscription, it varies depending on how big you are, and actually it's pretty fair. So we're a reasonable sized grower, so we've got a reasonable subscription, but not an obscene subscription. That goes into a pot that's filled in with lots of other people's money into that pot, and then that pot becomes part of a wider pot, and suddenly the funding collaboration, funding research, and that's quite exciting. The skill then is taking that money, funding the research, and then bringing the research back and presenting it back to the original subscription payer. It's a great organisation to be part of. Great groups, etc.
Jack, thank you very much for this afternoon. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And I look forward to coming back and seeing Andre. Get a full close to the
it would be if we could get once I get some dates for finalising the projects. You know, if we know it's going to be done in March or something, then we get back.
I'm only 50 minutes down the road.
Exactly. And like I said, we'll get some triple cooked Andre chips.